Once you create a JavaFX applications, it consists of 3 files. So let me just make sure all those 3 files located in the same place. So you go to JavaFX applications, then add the package name. Save it. Now everything seems okay. Okay, let me add text field using sim builder. I'm using sim builder 8.5. So when you create the projects, it comes with 2 components. One of them called buttons. You can see that from left hand side, and then it has a name on it, which is what we call it as a FX ID. They may use it as a reference variable, and there is another object called label. So let me add a couple of text field. Now we need to add a reference variable, which is FX ID. I like to use a prefix text for text field. I may say TF. So TF number 1, number 2, TF sum. So I may add 2 numbers. Once it's done, I like to show them. I like to show that calculations on text field. Let me change the name of the buttons. I'm going to use the same method. It's already built in. We call it as a handle button actions. Whenever you use sim builder, you need to create a new controller, which is simply saying refresh your fxml documents. Let me get rid of label because I don't really need to use it. Okay, let me go back to make controller. So whenever you change your UI designs, you need to refresh it, which is basically saying make a new controller. So when I click the buttons, that button actually called for action events handler. And this is actually abstract methods belongs to action events handler interface. In other words, we must implement it. So let me get the string value from text field. So when you type number 10 in a text field, actually appear as an integer value. In practice, that is not actually integer value. It is a string value. Name of the method called as a getText. Or when you change the value, you may use a setText. So here we use a getText. Then let's get the string value. So we may need to convert to integer value using wrapper class called integer, and pass int, so that whatever the value we have in tf number 1, we retrieve it as a string value and convert it as a integer value so that we can save it to int num1. I do the same thing for the second text field. Let me get text value, which is a string, and save it as num2. Of course, I need to do typecasting using integer wrapper class. Let me add some comments for you. Okay, let's move to the next one. This case is most likely reverse order. We get the integer value, which is sum. Depends on number 1 plus number 2. So it is integer value. But when you save it to text field called sum, it has to be saved as a string value. So we need to do type conversion again using wrapper class. The method is called setText. See, now you can see the problem with incompatible data type. It has to be saved as a string value. So let me call wrapper class called string and value of sum, which is basically saying we convert integer values to string value so that we won't have a problem with incompatible data type. Okay, now everything seems okay. You can build and run it, or you can just click the buttons. It will build the project for you. If we haven't done so yet, then it will launch it. So let me just type some number.